Welcome to Annecam Cruising the Mediterranean, Episode 8. This episode, we sail from Tunisia in North Africa to the island of Sardinia. But first up, we show you what we got up to in the last episode. We had Annecam hauled out of the water to refresh our anti-foul paint to give her a good polish in Malta before we splashed again and set our course for Tunisia. We broke up our passage to Tunisia to 2 overnight sails, stopping at Lampedusa Island as a ship in transit along the way. Timing is everything. We arrived at Yasmin Hammamet in time for Annie's birthday.
And we are just approaching Yasmin Hammamet in Tunisia.
We were met by pirate ships as we entered the harbour in Yasmin Hammamet. And once cleared in, we got to see the sights. It was time to say goodbye and set our course for Sardinia. This passage started out like every other's, quite normal until we hit open water. Then a Mistral Wind built up on us, turning what would have been a 200 nautical mile passage into just over 350 nautical miles. It was just a normal sunny day as we left Yasmin Hammamet just after midday. The sun was out, the sea was sparkly, and everything was sweet. But then a few clouds started rolling over the top of the mountains in the background. These clouds got angrier and uglier as they turned into a nasty little front, complete with a waterspout that just seemed to be chasing us. As we moved along, it was getting closer and closer until the front gave way to what was to be the Mistral Wind we had for the rest of the journey. To start with, Annecam was right in her happy place, on a close reach, into 15 to 20 knots, and she was flying along, jumping up and down off the waves. It wasn't until after dark that the full force of the Mistral was felt. We had winds of around 30 knots, gusting to 35 all night long. The waves built up to between 3 and 5 metres, with some of the top spray hitting between the first and the second spreaders. We managed to break 2 battens on this passage. We managed to turn what would have been a 200 nautical mile sail into 350 nautical miles, just to tack our way up into the Mistral. But we made it to the Villasemius Marina.
Here we are at Villasemius, Sardinia. Beautiful coastline. So far, a very, very sheltered marina, but we haven't seen much wind yet. The swimming beach over there, little holiday town, and into the marina where Annecam is.
And here is Annecam tied up to the pontoon in the Villasemius Marina. And right behind us is a very large 97-foot catamaran called the Black Swan. We couldn't get over it when we met the skipper, an Australian by the name of Gary. Him and his crew spent quite a bit of time with us, helping us with our refreshments. Annie didn't realise it, but she was wearing the perfect camouflage. The local seafood was absolutely fantastic.
Nice local
We had
calamari.
the salt and pepper calamari.
Good morning, sweetheart.
I've had breakfast.
And where are you?
Cagliari in Sardinia.
Did you get that, folks, back home? We're in Cagliari in Sardinia.
We took one of the local buses from Villasenius across to Cagliari for the day, just to see the sights. We did a walking tour around in the city, checking out the beautiful architecture that was on display here. The views we had from this high location were absolutely stunning, looking down over the city. The real adventure for us on this day was when we thought we caught the right bus to get back to Villasenius.
Heading back to Villasenius.
Call it a language issue, call it a mistaken identity. The bus even headed out of Cagliari in the right direction, but it turned out we definitely were not on the right bus. It was about here we should have realised that we were not on the right road, as the landscape changed quite dramatically with a lot more Eucalypt trees, namely the red gums, everywhere. And we did not sight any of these red gum trees on our way in from Villasenius. The bus seemed to be climbing up into the mountains. And sure enough, it was. The views were spectacular, but it was a long way down to the bottom of the valleys. You know you're in treacherous country when you come across other vehicles that fail to navigate on this road, like this truck that failed to make one of the tight turns and finished up halfway down the mountain. The further up we went, the higher it became, and the further down to the valley floor. At some points in time, the bus seemed like it was hanging a wheel right over the edge. After just over 3 hours of driving in the wrong direction over the mountains, it took us that same length of time to get back to Cagliari, and it was dark by the time we started leaving Cagliari for our real destination, Villasenius, and it was absolutely dead months dark by the time we got there.
That's all.
We both had a huge sigh of relief when the lights of Villasenius came into view. The very next day, a bushfire started up in the same mountains we were driving through in the bus. Amazing to see this bushfire being fanned by a Mistral Wind blowing at 35 to 40 knots in very inaccessible country. As sheltered as it is here in the marina, there was still a lot of wave action from the Mistral that was blowing through. I know it's only been a few weeks since we splashed Annecam after the new code of anti-foul in Malta, but it pays to make every opportunity a winner and go for a swim underneath just to make sure there's nothing nasty growing on our nice clean hull. Two. Touch wood, she's still looking pretty clean under there. And while I was checking out the underside of Annecam, this school of local fish were checking me out. We spent many an afternoon swimming at the beach right behind the marina. Even though they were small, there was still plenty of fish about. It was really good to just relax and glide along the edge of the reef. We spent many an hour just floating around in the water at the beach behind the marina.
Let's have a quick scan
We did notice that the Sardinian women would just stand around in the water and would never get themselves wet. They got wet when this big oaf of an Australian sent a big spray of water over them as he dived in. After having several weeks just having fun in the sun at Villasemius on the island of Sardinia, it was time to cast off and continue with our journey. We had two very short but very calm sails across the south side of Sardinia. First stop was in Pula, the second stop was at Porto Zaffarino. It was that calm we cutter-rigged Annecam just to make headway to the beautiful calm anchorage at Pula. Annie just lying back having a relax and checking out what's happening on the iPad in the V-berth. Check out the clarity of the water, absolutely gin clear, as I swim on our anchor to find that our Mantis 65 has completely buried at Porto Zaffarino. This would be our last stop in Sardinia.
And just to prove that we are here,
Cheese.
hello. Say something, Annie.
Something, Annie.
Ha. Very good. Here we are at this cute little beach right behind the marina. And I found a mermaid. Oh no, it's Annie. Absolutely magic little beach. Castle up on the hill. And lots of people, or a few people anyway, sitting around there enjoying the sun. Great place for dinner. Up here.
He's
Yeah, I might be. Hey, you're the queen of the world.